So I got a request to draw Luz from the Owl House, and this is her in her. It says it's called a Titan form. Now, when I worked on the show, I don't believe she showed up in this form at all. So to draw a character, you just break it down into parts. There's a circle for the head, scrawny little neck. You make a little bean for the body. Draw sticks for the arms at first, balls for the hands. At the bottom of the bean, there's a circle, and we'll draw 2 lines for the legs. And then you put details on. So let's see how good I can do with this character. I'll start right about here and just quickly So once you do this, you can put in your details, but always start with basic shapes first. And then do your details afterwards. Sticks for arms and the hands. Another stick out here for this arm. Her hand is going to be holding this staff, and the staff has a monster on it, and since we're running out of paper, we will face the monster the other way. So her hair, my friend Dan Haskett said to make a basic shape of the hair when he was showing me how to draw some characters I had to do years ago when I was working on Marvel. So make a basic shape for the hair. She's wearing a hat, so we need some basics for that. Goes up and comes around like this. And then she's got horns that come up, over, and up like that. And the other horn is out like that. So that's what you do to do your basics. And then you can start putting in more stuff. And draw through everything. And she's got these big eyes here and here. Eyebrow, eyebrow. Maybe you need to raise this up a little bit like here. There's something across her eye like that. These lines come down from her eye like that. And then she's got this little cute little nose here. And then this mouth comes down, up, like that, and then a fang hanging down like this. So once you start putting in stuff like that, then you can say, well, it looks like her chin needs to go a little bit further down, like here. And then you can start putting in some details, and you might want to go to your darker pencil once you get some of that stuff nailed down. And there's a curve right above her eyebrow there, and then this curve here, and like this for this piece of hair. And her arm coming down like that. We can make this line come over a little bit more like this. It looks like her neckline is actually here. And this detail of her neck shirt. Lots of little details on her, as you can see. Little points on her elbows like that. And things coming out of her wrist. And then her thumb comes up like this. And I'll do an episode later about the importance of drawing these characters just right. And some of the stuff I've gone through. Like sometimes people say, well, what is drawing the character right? Well, drawing the character correctly just depends on what the boss says looks right. At the end of your payday, that's all that matters. Did the boss like the drawing? And if not, then it's back to the old drawing board. And all of us in animation have gone through that. Was a lot of detail on this character. I would hate to be the overseas studio that has to draw this, because this is a lot. She's got a circle on her chest, another circle here, another circle there. Then on top of all that, she's got these points that look like claws under her. So I'm drawing right through her coat. because just drawing the surface stuff is not going to get you the drawing. She's got circles here on her, right at her knees, it looks like. Very complicated character. If it looks like I'm leaving some details off, I am, because as the character says in the cartoon, "Tain't worth it, Sheriff. Tain't worth it." Kind of like that. And she's got little things on the back of her glove there. There's a color separation there. So once you do all this, and you start putting in some of these details like that, looks like up above her, there's a line that goes right here. Another line that comes out like this. And her hat has to go right around here. And then there's bulging hair coming out from behind her like this. And the rest of her hat comes, let's see, there's a little thing up there. Here. And then that horn on that side. Darken the eyes. And her eyes are darkened here, like so. So kind of like that is how you draw Miss Luz. So then there's a piece that comes down and then it goes behind her. And it comes down here. And then this one comes over here. comes right in front of her like this, and this one here. So we can make this form just a little bit fatter like that. And this part of her looks to be kind of a gray color in here. And we'll just use the pencil to darken that in. And there's a color separation up here. Looks like there's a point hanging out back like this. There's a point here. And then behind her is darker. So we'll make a darker color back there like that. And like this. And like this. So there is Luz. Put a ground back there. Put some shading under her like that. So try this for yourself. Try drawing Luz or any other character like we've been discussing for these past few years now. Learn how to break characters down into basic shapes. And you too can draw any character that someone puts in front of you. So until next time, keep drawing.